Welcome, Leo, to your end of the month reading for April. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Okay, let's get in here and see what's going on with you. This message is coming out. The end of the month. This message, please, for the beautiful Leo. Do you have the King of Wands coming out as the natural leader? I see that you're getting the bigger picture to a situation as you're overcoming some kind of challenge. Really sitting on the throne over here. It's a lot of a career focus for some of you that's really enhanced. I don't know, it's really enhanced a lot for you as you're sitting over here. I love that energy for you. You do have the Wheel of Fortune coming out. So it's almost like from a bad time to a good time. Good times, bad times. It does feel like the wheel is now turning in your favor as you have been going through this kind of tough spot. And boy, have you guys been going through a tough spot. I know that. It's almost like if it wasn't one thing for you, Leo, it's another, right? So I do see that the wheel is finally changing in your favor. You're overcoming these challenges. You're finding the golden light. It's definitely the silver lining after this stormy area, this stormy time within your life. Really feeling some mental breakthroughs. Something is going on over here where you're able to see definitely through this storm as this golden light is coming towards you. Okay, putting you back on your throne, making you feel, a lot better, a lot more balanced, a lot more comfortable. Things are coming back together. You're going to find yourself feeling more inspired at this time to carry on, feeling free of all these turmoils and these storms that have been going on. Ready to discover something different, looking at things in a whole new light. It is going to feel like there are more limitless potentials for you as that storm is really going away. Oh my gosh, you got the Ten of Pentacles. Feeling like you can actually save money instead of having to throw money all over the place. For some of you, it was just, always throwing money at something. Having a hard time holding on to money. I can make it, but I can't hold on to it because, everything around me is gone sour, but now everything's coming back to you. So you're going to feel like you can have that money in your pocket. You can feel like you have that success. You can feel like you're, contributing to what it is you want now instead of having things taken away from you. Yeah, after the tower, after this tower, you're starting to see this sudden change. It's actually given this great awakening over here of how you can really move, how you can conform to things. Feeling like you're back at this place where you can trust a situation, maybe even trust people, trust in the path that you're on. Feeling like, it's not all about breakers. I know it sounds weird, but I see breakers. It reminds me of like the water, like the ocean has breakers. And now they're like put up like sand dunes, sandbags. I put a breaker down. I've levied it off. Definitely putting the brakes on, not feeling like you're stuck in this area. And it's not so much you putting the brakes on. It feels like you feel like the universe has put the breakers on for you. Because we have all these major arcana. So the universe is like, okay, you're all done now. Because what was happening was inevitable. It was like things have to happen this way. Things are going to happen, right? Things are going to break. Things are going to have to break and then be fixed, right? You can't just buy a car and be like, that sucker's never going to break, right? No, it's inevitable that it's going to need a tune-up. It's going to need this. It's going to need that. You see what I'm saying? So what was ever going on over here, even if it's a love relationship, whatever it is, it was inevitable. But now it's like the universe put its brakes on. And it's like, okay, it's all over now. And you're having this sudden insight that you have this better understanding that this was universally done. Like it was, that's just the way it is. Nothing more to it. This upheaval was caused. It wasn't just bad luck. That's just the way the river rolls, right? The river comes. But it definitely washed some things away and made you grow over here. We can see the growth with the Ace of Swords as we see one dying. As you see it's dying over here, but it's like regrowing itself. Or which one, right? But yes, definitely seeing growth again. So it's saying, yeah, okay, that's okay. Because now it's done and over with. So it's almost like you're like not power tripping on it anymore. Because I do feel like before you were kind of like, why me, right? We all kind of play victim like that though, right? Especially when it's just one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. It's almost like you're being picked on by the universe. Yeah, we all are. But there could have been this kind of victim mentality there going on for a minute because it just feels like you didn't get a break. But now the brakes are on. And because, you're going to find all this willpower. You're going to find these new opportunities, this growth. There's going to be a lot of improvement, and especially towards your money. So if you feel like you've thrown a lot of money at something, this is crazy, guys. I want to tell you, this reminds me of my son. My son's car broke a month ago, and he has been throwing tons of money towards this used car. And it's just one thing after another. It really reminds me of this reading. I just thought about that. And he's a Leo. My neighbor's a Leo, and she was dealing with her car as well. But I mean, he's thrown tons of money, poor kid. And he just felt like he couldn't get a break. He's going to love this reading. Be like, go watch that reading. Swear. It's almost personal for him. Yeah, and I do feel like it towards, towards the mid-month here. I mean, yeah, you probably are going to feel, a little, you know, like, okay, we're going to get inspired here after having so much not being inspired. Well, of course you're not inspired. You're like inspired to not do nothing. I don't really feel like I could move. I moved to go to work. I moved to do this. I moved to do that. But that was about it, right? But you're going to feel that activity and that motivation coming back, my friends. Now that you see the silver lining and this golden light coming toward you. It's usually supposed to be the silver lining, but for some reason in this reading, I really see this like golden light. Like, oh, it's way better than the silver lining. I don't know why, but it is. I think it's because it's so dramatic that it's like coming in my mind more theatrical than just some silver lining. And maybe that was because it really was rough, guys. Maybe, I mean, it really needed more than just, you know what I mean? So it's almost like Spirit's like, it's a golden light. Just, yeah. Because not saying you can move forward. You're starting to be able to move forward and depart from this situation, from this bad ordeal, from this ditch that you've been feeling like you've been digging at. Or lying down in. Both. Now you have the Fool's Journey coming out. I like that though. I do like that. From the Page of Wands to the Fool, love it. Why? Because that says, okay, we have limitless potential and I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready for the next adventure. I'm ready to get moving into this new, good place within my life. I don't really believe in good luck, but I do believe in, cycles. I don't really believe in good luck, but it's going to feel like good luck, right? Because the cycle is turning now, so it's bringing in these new things for you. Yeah. As the world is spinning, as the wheel is spinning, it's spinning this world right at you. You're going to feel more like you are dancing with the universe. You are going to feel like you're more aligned now with what it is you truly want. That's why you're feeling like the King of Wands, because you're like, finally, right? Finally, there's this opening up for me. So it's definitely going to make you feel like you're detaching from this old circumstance and really moving away from that circumstance into something brand new, something fresh, something, that inspires you and makes you look into a different direction, except for looking at this tower that I've been going through. So it's definitely going to make that into your past as you're really moving into the present. And boy, is it really moving you and your visions and your mindset into something brand new. So it's definitely throwing something at you. It has to be throwing something at you to make you not worry about that anymore. So it could be career, money, new love, something. Something is going on. You can see it. Because look, man, this is crazy. This is crazy because remember, it's divinely done. We have the Hierophant to the tower to the wheel. This wheel was in reverse and now it's upright because of the tower was in reverse. And it's like, the Hierophant's like the God card. It's my God card. So if I see it this way, these are all major arcanas. It's like this had to happen this way. Now, out of those 3 major arcanas, you're getting these 3 major arcanas coming out of it. It's saying, I'm giving you something different to look at. I don't want you, now that the wheel is right side up, I want you now to focus here. So it's throwing something at you over here, Leo, that's going to grab your attention that says, I don't want you to focus on the past anymore of whatever this chaos and destruction was. That's why it's the moment, because it's the sun at the back, the golden glow. It makes sense to me. Okay, so definitely moving you out of this area and quickly. Chariot is the fastest card in the whole incomplete deck. Nothing moves faster than the Chariot. So this is a fast integration. This is fast. This is saying, look this way. You're all done here. You're all done with all that. Now look here. And it's like pushing you right away from all that chaos, all of that tower, all of that, what you consider bad luck. Because you're completely completing that, but it doesn't want you to stay in that area. It's completely pushing you away from even have to be worried about that. It's like, look over here. You see what I'm saying? It's giving you the look over here. Why are we looking over there? That's what's making me wonder. I want to know why. And what are we looking at, right? I'm Leo rising, I want to know. So it doesn't resonate with me, but I don't care. Okay, then whatever. What are you guys looking at? We all have something, right? Okay, so what is Leo looking at over here? Why is that there? What are they looking at? What are you pushing them towards? Please don't tell me it's a secret. Leaving this behind for hopes and dreams. So they're throwing something at you. They're making you leave this behind because they're bringing in a hope and a dream. They're bringing in something beautiful. Okay, so they're bringing in something that you've been planting seeds on. Something that you had a little anxiety in the past before this happened. Okay? And it's the sun. It's a blessing. Leaving this behind for your hopes and your dreams that you've had anxiety on in the past. For this sun. Okay. So, like, it can't be too much over here. There's too many of you, right? I mean, it's not a personal reading, but at least we understand now, right? that it's saying, hey, you know what? Remember that dream? Remember that place you were at before all this shit hit the fan? I'm taking you back there. And I'm giving you the Sun with the Major Arcana, something you can nurture with the Empress for a well-deserved reward, 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. It says deep down inside, you know, or you have a wonderful idea of what this is, okay? So, something that you've been trying to co-create with the Empress over here, something that you've been trying to work on, whether it's love, but it says a well-deserved gift over here of something that you know, crown chakra, being in the knowing. It's like, I know what that is. Or, maybe you don't 100, right? But you have an idea. Look at it as that first thing that pops in your head more than likely. Okay. Because your intuition is going to pick up on that right away. Yeah, I love this. So it's almost like it's taking you right back to where you were daydreaming, what you were looking for, what you were inspired to create before this shit hit the fan. But that's good though, because it gave you room. Remember, before we get the blessings, most of the times we get these crappy towers, right? That's why I don't always think of the tower as being a crappy situation, because it makes room. It makes room and it changes the feelings around us. Think about it. Okay, like here's an instance. If you were trying to co-create something and you're obsessed with trying to get something going, right? I can't get it out of my mind. How am I going to forget about it? Many people have, this is one of the biggest issues, is to set it and forget it. Okay? Let's just take it there for 1 second. If you're obsessed, especially love is a really hard one, right? Many people get really obsessed with their loved one. Bring him to me. I want him. I'll give him to me, right? I can't stop thinking about them. Okay, well, what if I threw you a tower? Because I really want you to have this, because maybe it's inevitable fate that you have this. Maybe you've already co-created this. Maybe it was already on the table for you guys to be together. Something's going on universally where you guys are supposed to be together, okay? But if you can't obsessively get them out and you're like, how do I throw it away when I can't stop thinking about them? Hey, here, let me throw you a tower. Let me get your mind off of this. I'm going to throw you this tower. Now you can go worry about your car. Now you can go worry about this, finding a new job. Maybe you see what I'm saying? So it throws in this tower. It's kind of a kicker. But in some ways it's really weird because it can actually help you release that obsession. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy talk coming over here, right? But think about it. It releases that obsession because you're not thinking about that person anymore. You're too busy trying to figure out how you're going to fix this car. You're too busy how to find this job. You're too busy how to pay this bill. Now your mind is somewhere else. And then as soon as that's all done and the universe is like, okay, all done. You got what you need. Everything's back to normal. Then you get the blessing. Here comes that love in. That's why it says you know what it is, because it's almost like they threw this wrench. They threw a wrench at you so that you can think about something else while they weave this together. Hey, just saying, I've seen it. I've seen some crazy shit. So, I've done tarot for, 38 years, guys. I've seen some crazy shit. Okay, in tarot, it's weird, right? So anything is possible. And I'm just telling you, in a reading like this, that's totally what it reminds me of. Because then it says, and most of the times after a storm, we do have a blessing. So now I'm trying to give you the idea of why that blessing comes. Why is it? Right? Well, it made space. Where did it make space in this area? Where is it making space? Because you could say, I already had this space, but it didn't really take anything away. No, it took away your obsession. It took away your thoughts of that person while it weaves it together. Your higher self in the universe, there's energies at play that we don't 100% ever understand. We can give 1,000 different theories, 1 billion different theories, but no one, really 100% truly understands the powers that be. And I'm telling you, I've seen this more than once. where it's making you do one thing so that it's almost like it can weave this together for you because you've already manifested, or it's, you know, you've already made it destined, you've already made it fated, whatever, however, right? So this gives you that time to release. And look, if it's your car, it's going to fucking break anyway, so might as well let it break now, right? Because if it's not going to break today, somewhere down the road, it's going to need to be repaired. There's no such thing as a car never being repaired unless you didn't own it long enough. True? Of course. Of course it's true. Still needs a new battery, still needs a tire, still needs something, and those cost money, right? And so I'm just telling you, there's something going on here where it was making you, because there's too many major arcanas. This is, you know, that says this needs to be done anyways, and this will give you time to get your blessing in the end. Because like I said, every tower has a blessing at the end, and now we see pretty much how that's working. I do think that this was, you know, overthinking a situation, obsessed. Overthinking becomes excessive or obsessive, any way you want to see it. And we all do it. It could even been something that kept you up at night, and they're like, here, I'll give you something to keep you up at night. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, I'll give you something to keep you up at night while I work on this person. I don't want you thinking about them anymore. You're chasing them away. I don't want you to chase them away. Here, you can think about how you're going to come up with the money to fix this car. Damn it. Okay, guys. So if you do have new love coming in, which I do see for a lot of you because of the Empress, the Sun, and I don't know, I just feel it. Yep. Got those romantic feelings going on. Got the attraction, and forgiving is learning. And it could have been some kind of karmic thing going on as well, right? Karma is everything. Anything and everything, right? We have good karma, bad karma. Make the effort. Yep. And now it's going to be like time to make the effort, but I do feel like this is when they're going to come in and make the effort. You know, it's kind of crazy. It's almost like you're going through all of this and you're like, you left that behind, it says, so that your dreams and hopes can come true. And not only it feels like now they're going to come in and make the effort. And it doesn't even feel like you need to do anything. It feels like they're coming to you. With the Ace of Wands, whether it's a reconciliation, a new love, whatever it is. But it almost feels like whatever you're trying to put out there into the universe, now you don't even have to do anything. It's like, here, I'm going to throw this at you because you have the good luck now, right? So now it just feels like you're waiting for that text message. You're waiting for that. Here they are. Hello. Oh my God, I can't believe it's you. You know what I mean? Because now you let go. You don't even have to do anything. Now it's coming straight to you. For you. Ooh. This is a gorgeous reading. You wanted that promotion? Boom. Now you got that. Hey, here's a promotion. Oh my gosh. That's what I wanted before all this crap went down. Think about it. Oh my gosh. You've been loyal and devoted towards your situation, and you've been eager in taking all the immediate action that was done at the time, Leo. You have not, shut down about the situation. It doesn't mean you weren't frustrated. It didn't mean nothing. What it meant was that, you know what, I was taking the immediate action where the immediate action was, no matter what the situation was. That's how you become the King of Wands. You said, I'm right there. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't like it, right? I don't like it, but I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I haven't swayed off this, even when I freaking hate it. Right? Oh my gosh, you guys are beautiful. If you guys really like this video, go ahead and smash that big old like button. Keeps everybody seeing this channel, helps the algorithms, allows this video to get out to other Leos, so that way they can see what's going on and how the universe is playing games with them too. How the universe plays games with all of us. No, but in seriousness, how beautiful is that, though? It's like, here, I'm going to do this so that you guys can get exactly what you... I love it. Fine. Vacation. Start a perfect vacation. Enjoy the freedom. Take time to recharge. Who knows? After all of this, you're probably going to need a vacation. Public face. Follow your heart. Become who you want to be and earn a reputation. It's okay to be yourself. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful. I love this reading. Okay. And if you haven't subscribed but keep finding yourself at this channel, hit that big old subscribe button. Don't want to miss out on the next reading that's coming out. And that way you can join the family, join the energy, and you never know what's going on in this channel. Till next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.